Reading a book today by Duncan Bannatyne. It's called Anyone Can Do It. And as a by the way, he wrote a story that he was visiting Romania and he went into an orphanage with a lot of gifts to give each poor child in the orphanage a present. And here says that to his great amazement, as he gave out the toys to the children would take the toy and hurl it against the wall, and take the toy again and throw it against the wall. And he couldn't understand what in the world is going on here. I am giving them gifts and they're taking them and basically breaking them and smashing them against the wall. What he found out afterward was that as a rule, whenever these kids had gotten toys from donors and people that came to visit the orphanage, as soon as the donors would leave, the toys would be taken away from these children, whether they were to be sold by the person running the orphanage on the market, or I don't know what they did with the toys, but in any case, the orphans did not get the toys, they didn't get to keep the toys, and therefore, when they got a toy, the only way that they could hope to keep the toy, or at least not to have the toy taken away from them and sold, was to actually destroy the toy and break the toy. So what they were actually doing is drawing on their past experience that would happen to them each time they got a toy, and therefore took his brand new toys he had brought them as gifts and were breaking them against the wall. And from reading this story and thinking about it, I really realized how powerful this is as a business lesson. Because when you just look and you see person gives gift, other person, child in this case, takes gift, throws it against the wall, it doesn't seem to make any sense. It doesn't seem logical. But then when you find out the backstory, you find out the whole story and everything going on, you see that those kids actually had a good point in breaking those toys. Because if they broke it, then they had a broken toy to play with. If they didn't break it, then the toy got taken away. This is a very important lesson that I've taken away from this book. It happens to be a very good book, by the way. It's called Anyone Can Do It, and I highly recommend the book. But this book, this story in particular, really struck a chord with me as to how you really should look at the same situation from alternate angles and see opportunity instead of disbelief.